Yo guys, I found a cool way to make gradient glass using two different techniques. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. One through the transmission and the second with a scattering node. And we can get some really nice detail and control. Let's get into it.
So I'm going to add in a new material. We've got a universal material. First thing I'm going to do is kill this. And I'm going to add in a specular material. Plug that into the surface. Now, the first thing when we're talking about a gradient glass, we need to get a gradient mask. Anytime you're trying to do things like that, we need a mask to mask out the color from the color to transparent, right? So the glass itself is transparent, so we just need to mask that color. All right, let's do some settings here. We got our BFD model. I'm just going to switch that to GGX. Reference is set to 0. Here we have our allow caustics, which we can go ahead and tick that. Now, just because you tick this doesn't mean caustics are going to come beaming out of this. Again, caustics are a phenomenon because of the way the light is hitting the glass and coming through and reflecting. So if you were to take your glass and if you were in a kitchen and just put it on the table, you're not going to have this hardcore beamy caustics unless, like, if we were to take our glass and put it on a windowsill when the sun was shining through it, then we will get some serious caustics coming through. So your light is going to dictate how the caustics are going to fall off. I just got a standard HDRI in this one here. You can see this is what I've got going. So the light is pretty well diffuse and even. So that's why we don't really have any big caustics. So keep that in mind. All right, I'm also going to turn on fake shadows, which just kind of decrease our render times just a little bit, but you could leave it on if you wanted to go for the hardcore, more realistic, right? All right, first thing first, how could we add color to the glass? We can come to our transmission and you can change this and you will be able to add color to the glass. It's easy as that, right? Let's say I want a little bit more control than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag out an RGB color node and I'm going to go ahead and plug that into the transmission. And let's just say we'll give this my good old signature orange here. Now, how do we get the gradient? Let's build the mask. How we're going to build a mask? We need to use a gradient generator. Pop this open, come in here. We've got a gradient generator right here. Now the gradient generator is very powerful. I have a separate lesson on the Blender 101 guide that talks about mask and the gradient generator. So if I quickly just add in a plane really fast to show you guys, here is our plane. I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to add in a gradient generator so you can see this because you really need to understand this. You can see what's happening. It's just generating this linear mask basically, or gradient. That's all it's doing. We've got our gamma control here. We can control that. You can see what it's doing there. Then we've got the polygon size, which I forgot what it does, but watch the video. But I don't ever use it. I use these here. So this is basically giving us repetitions, right? So we obviously just want one. And then we got this and we can control our gamma, our mask here. How do we rotate it? Well, let's add a UV projection here. And then let's add in a UVW transform. Now this UVW transform allows us to control it. For example, if I come in here and then boop, that's a 90. Now we've moved it, right? We can even scale it down again back, right? So that's how we would control this. So let's go back to our glass.
Hey, if you guys are finding this video interesting, this is the type of stuff I do inside of my Blender Octane School community. Right now, I'm running a 7-day free trial. Links down in the description. See you on the inside.
Let's put this generator to work. So we're going to go ahead and drop in the generator in between the color because we don't need the color at the moment. We're just working with this. Again, I have it set to 1 and repetitious right there it is. And we can see. So let's get some control. Let's get our projection stuff set up again. Projection and our UVW transform. And I'm going to give this a little bit of harshness so we can see it. I'm going to rotate this on 90. There it is. We don't need this many. We only want one. So let's scale it up. There's something like that. And then we might even need to translate it up or something. Yeah, let me see if I can scale it just a little bit to maybe like there. And let's see if we can translate it to one down there at the bottom. And maybe I can just probably zero that. Maybe just stretch one of these values. All right, so now let's go ahead and retranslate that down to the bottom. And we still need more, so just go ahead and stretch it. All right, boom. There's our mask. Our mask is set up. We've got our mask ready to go. Again, we can control this gradient fall off with this. I'm going to put it so just about even. All right, just go 0.5, just round it. Actually, let's see what happens if we go to 1. Let's leave it at 1, even simple. Okay, boom. Since we've got our mask, let's add our color in. How do we add our color in? We're just going to drop in a gradient map, just like that. And you can see what the gradient map's doing. We can control that even more. Let's go to black, replace it with our color, drag our color on top, boom, clamp it, boom. Now we've got a gradient in our glass here, okay? It's that simple. I'm going to show you another way. I'm going to show you a more advanced way. This is the noob way. I'm going to show you the pro way. This is something that I learned from a guy by the name of Silverwing. He does Blender Octane Cinema 4D. I mean, he does Cinema 4D Octane. but he occasionally does some Blender stuff. But I learned all my stuff about Octane pretty much from him, reverse engineering his lessons. So what I'm going to do is take this whole setup that we've got here. I'm going to actually put this in a nice node group. There we go. I'm going to duplicate it. There's a second way we can do this. Let's disconnect that, and let's actually set this back to white here by hovering over and press backspace. So we're going to take the same setup, but we're going to run it to a scattering node. So we'll go to over here to medium, press this button, medium, scattering. Now what happened is it's adding some scattering in here. You can see we have a density. Depending on what your model is and how thick it is in certain areas, it's going to look totally different. So for example, if I crank this up to 500, you see how dark everything is. If I take this and put it down to 10, you see how light everything. Go back to the default 100, okay? Now, all we need to do is run that same setup, this right here, into the absorption. And now we've got the same thing happening, but we've got a lot more granular control here. Like if I open this back up here a little bit more, just open that up there. And I got this, I can take this to 500. Now we're getting, look at this, total different look, right? If I take this back maybe to 50, now we've just got this nice little delicate look here, right? And then also we can even get more control if we take this and you can move this around. Now look at it, it's getting like this porcelain-like glass feel. Look at this, look at that against this, right? Versus this, see? So we just got so much more control you can play with. What I like to typically do here is add in a float to grayscale node just to give me a numerical value and plug that into here and then have that control just in case. FYI, I just want to drop that in. There's our glass with our scattering system set up, and we have it set at 50. We could take it down to 10 or whatever you're liking. Actually, 10 is even too light for me here, so I'm just going to go back to 100 for now just to show you the difference. Again, we got our mask here. We can control this. There it is, our gradient glass. Now let's see what the difference is between these two here. So if I come over here and if I go store this, kick in, all right, this is our one with the scattering. And then I'm going to disconnect this one. And then I'm going to plug up the one that we had before, just transmission, so you can see the difference. So here's the difference between the transmission version and this one. And even our masks are still in the same position. 596, actually it's not, 648. Let me just change this one to 0.648. There it is. Okay. You can clearly see this is the one with the scattering. This is the one with the transmission. So depending on what look you're going for, you got two different looks. Which one is right? Which one is wrong? It just goes toward whatever your project is. And you can see we've got light little caustics happening on the floor versus here, where it's a little bit more heavier there, right? That's the difference.
If you guys enjoyed this type of video, I also have another video you might enjoy where I do layered materials, how to set up layered materials using Octane. Let's get into it.